to Fangirl Tally, and it's time for another chapter of Alan Wake 2. Are you ready? I am. Let's do it.
Okay. This is the murder site.
That means you're back in Spring Hills, right?
Right. No, this is still the dark place. Remember the overlap where the murder site was in the dark place, so that it's matching up to the
Oh,
one.
right.
So this is a poem.
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light, and the shadows cast, the third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
What? That makes absolutely no sense. But I guess it's not meant to, is it?
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
You can review Echoes in the writer's room now?
So yeah, like the other one, you got all the television scenes we've collected. Over here are all the songs we've collected. Here's our map, clockboard, words of power. Yeah, there's the echoes there. So we got the echoes, and then we got the songs. So here's the billboards, the echoes, and the songs. If you ever want to go back and replay. Okay, so remember at the end of the last chapter cutscene, the apartment building was manifested.
Right.
So that's where we're heading to next.
Because we need to get to his wife.
Right.
That's the whole point.
So now we're back to the caldera station ramp that we started at.
It looks a whole lot nicer now.
Got some heat, some batteries,
Nothing.
some power.
Son,
Can you get this one?
order the gun.
Okay. 5% chance not to consume ammo when firing a revolver, knockback force of the shotgun, and flare gun. We still only have the gun so far, so let's keep this one.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Still trashy.
Can't tell it's changed.
Oh. how did it go from being that brand new, beautiful one to...
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Dark place?
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did
All
you
right.
go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
OD Diner?
We would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
So Scratch, Mr. Scratch is his double.
Yeah.
So I remember in the first game, Alice was trapped in the dark place, and we went into the dark place to rescue her.
Right.
So there should be a word of power over here.
Where to fix.
Maximum health. Restored in safe havens.
Health. Power is discovered.
Let's go into this one. We still got more words of power to find.
Wasn't the apartment building right in front of you? Why are you like... It seems like you're running all around it.
Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape? Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead.
Wow. It's in memoriam of him?
Yeah, she put up a statue because he's been gone for 13 years.
Jesus. She didn't know that he got her out of there? Or she didn't know she was in the dark place?
I don't remember, but in any case, he's been missing for 13 years.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Pretty nice ground combo.
Right? See, live in the Empire State Building? Of course he does. What writer doesn't? Really?
Initiation 3, haunting.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
She was a photographer. Remember, she used to do his book covers?
Right.
So yeah, she has it set
Nice.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! Alice.
Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Which I imagine is why she had the camera set.
Right.
This is your office.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
And the door's locked. Pretty soon for
Oh, well, it is the penthouse.
Okay, so here's a camera here.
Alice's video camera.
We need a
No memory card inside.
She was there. What is she hiding in the ceiling?
Video art dock on screen, multi-focal point of the dark place. Part 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Why do I think we don't want to find out? Oh, Lord.
She was also in
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like.
No.
I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me.
Shit.
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet,
No.
it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film.
Jesus.
And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why? I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Because he was dead? What? That answered nothing.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road.
What the fuck just happened?
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road.
Okay, so let's continue, because that was way too short. I hope you guys are okay with that. We're going now. Also, I made tacos because that's a thing. I'm hungry.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time it...
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the dark place, make all this shit go away.
Good plan.
Look, I know it's batshit crazy.
Yes.
My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Well, that's not helping.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
That's cheerful.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Okay. So we got interview.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Where is the clicker? Okay. Got lunch boxes.
Okay.
Nursing rooms.
The FBC is definitely playing with things they don't fully understand. And that always goes well.
Nice.
I got more cold stashes. And the story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Question.
Okay. Dark place.
Okay. That's it. The dark place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff.
And then we got the rituals.
Huh.
Flashlight seems to weaken it. FanGirl spoken excerpts from the pages.
Do we still not know what all that tattooing was on him?
I think it was the words from the ritual.
Hmm.
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection? What kind of case is this?
The connection? The dark place?
Right. Okay, so also all the stuff we're picking up from the lunchboxes we can use to do weapon upgrades.
Ah.
So we got the shotgun and the pistol. Hold the fire button to activate auto fire, increase magazine size, land 2 headshots in quick succession to stun an enemy. Let's increase magazine size.
Saga had lost count of how many shots she'd fired, but she was sure it must have been more than she had in her magazine. And yet, she'd not run out of ammo. As if the magazine had grown to fit more bullets. She fired again.
I love that the upgrades are actually like in story form too.
That is awesome.
Okay. Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness. Possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
Cult?
Nice.
Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
That's a good question.
Wake said the cult has the clicker.
How does he know?
How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Okay, case more time. So now we got Trail of Cults. Trailer near Watery, good place to start.
Trailer near Watery? Well, yeah, I
The
literally
Cult of the
just
Tree
told
has
you
the
to go
clicker
there.
Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Wait, is that where the FBC place is?
No.
Okay.
That's another place.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
Oh, that's a great
No,
idea. Split
you
up
need
with
me
the
there.
cult on the
No
loose.
dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Okay, so now we can switch in between Alan and Saga stories at any time
Oh, okay.
by going to the janitors and looking at them.
Okay.
So I'll let you decide which stories you want to continue with. Yes, we're kind of on Saga story right now. You want to continue with Saga?
I guess we can right now.
You
How long
wrote
will
these
this be?
pages in the dark place. So why are we
It's 8
finding
o'clock
them
right
here?
now.
I think I wrote them up. I remember writing an endless amount of pages. When this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your...
Cooperation. Okay, he remembers writing many pages while in the dark place.
Rest easy, buddy.
Why do we pet the deer? Just because we can?
If you find all the deer heads, it opens up a room with a bunch of animal stuff.
Ah.
Okay, so we're kind of at the stopping point here. Continue the next chapter for Saga.
That's not how this works. You're a civilian. You don't do right or
Okay,
wrongs.
let's
And
stop
if
here.
Scratch is after you, and so is the cult. We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
I'll be sure to add that to the list.
Okay, cool. That was fun. I don't know. We may continue with Saga because we we've done. I don't know. Maybe Alan. I'll have to think about it. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let's vote. Alan or Saga? Alright, guys. Remember to leave a like on this video. If you're not already a fellow fan geek, please subscribe to our channel. And remember to hit that notification bell with your notifications turned on so that you know every time we drop a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.